The time is 4:30. This is WKYT This Morning. A state trooper who died while trying to put a roof on a barn is being remembered by friends and family.
People in Richmond are being warned to keep their car doors locked after surveillance video caught a car burglary in action.
And the UK basketball team is paying a visit to the fans who are waiting days and days for Big Blue Madness tickets. That and your Kentucky forecast coming up on WKYT This Morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, and it's so good to have you on WKYT on this Friday. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Friday, TGIF, September 30th. And today I dressed more appropriately for the weather. It was chilly outside. I have on boots and everything.
Yeah, you look good. But, you know, you got some long sleeves there to kind of keep warm. I understand that. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris. It is a little cool right now.
It is. Stepping out the door this morning, it's going to be in the upper 40s, lower 50s. And we're going to hold on to that tomorrow morning too, so any of those 5Ks going on, neighborhood yard sales, it's going to be a little bit chilly before that sun does rise. Defender Radar Network, as you look outside, not much going on, still a little patchy fog, got to be watching out for that. Doesn't look as dense there in Moorhead early this morning at 55. We'll take you off into the afternoon. Once again, smaller chance of rain, but there's still a chance there. We're at 64 degrees. We'll go over your weekend forecasts coming up.
All right, we'll see you shortly. Thank you.
Friends called Mason Flynn a good man who enjoyed helping his community. Hundreds of people paid their final respects to the state trooper who died in a tragic accident.
Investigators say Flynn died Monday when he fell while helping out a friend put a roof on a barn. He was off duty at the time. Trooper Flynn's visitation was held last night in Pulaski County. WKYT's Garrett Weimer was there.
Nothing could prepare these family members and these friends for losing Mason Flynn. He was only 24 years old.
I'm the person you really don't want to see this happen to. But
state troopers and other first responders came to say goodbye to their brother as this entire community grieves together.
It's just really breathtaking that, you know, the lives that he touched, the people that you'll see that you never even thought knew him, but, you know, will come up and tell you how great of a person he was.
The visitation started at 4, and for hours afterward, the parking lot stayed packed. Cars coming in, cars going out, all folks coming to pay their final respects for Trooper Flynn. Those who knew him say he'd do anything to help someone in need. They call him a man full of faith.
If there was anyone out there that he could bring to the Lord, he would travel 1,000 miles to get to that person just to say, hey, God loves you.
Friends and family say they'll remember him as a good man and a good example, now and forever.
He is. I'm not even going to talk to him about him in past tense. You know, he is.
rest in peace. We know he's in a good place.
In Pulaski County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
And Trooper Flynn's funeral is scheduled for 11 o'clock this morning at the Center for Rural Development in Somerset.
Federal investigators are on the scene of a deadly crash at a New Jersey train station. Police say one person died and more than 100 others were injured when the train slammed into a barrier in Hoboken just across the Hudson River from New York City. As Marley Hall tells us, investigators still aren't sure why the train crashed.
Federal investigators will examine an event recorder and video recordings from the New Jersey Transit train that plowed through its final stop into a waiting area in the Hoboken terminal during Thursday morning's rush hour.
From the event recorder, we hope to get information such as speed and braking.
Eyewitnesses say the train was moving at a high rate of speed when it failed to stop. As it entered the station, it continued beyond the tracks, sending the 4 cars crashing through a main concourse barrier, then launching airborne into the platform area.
Kaboom! The whole place shook.
It was just chaos. Running, it was really insane.
Falling debris killed 34-year-old Fabiola Bitar de Kroon as she waited on the crowded platform. More than 100 others were hurt. Investigators will also determine whether technology that overrides a train engineer to slow or stop a train could have helped prevent the crash.
Positive train control, if all the mechanical systems were working properly, should have stopped this train.
New Jersey Transit trains do not have that technology, but it will be required by 2018. The train's engineer, 48-year-old Thomas Gallagher, was released from the hospital and is cooperating with investigators. Marley Hall, CBS News, Hoboken, New Jersey.
Part of the century-old train station collapsed, making it too dangerous for investigators to go inside until contractors can remove debris.
We have another example as to why you should keep your car locked. Richmond police are looking for a man who they say stole items from unlocked cars outside a business. But they're hoping that surveillance video will help them find the thief. WKYT's Sabira Rayford talked to one of the victims.
The Paddywhack Irish pub in Richmond has been busy celebrating Oktoberfest. The owner of the pub, Silas Smith, says they usually stay open until 1 a.m. But Smith says last week after hours, their parking lot was invaded.
Well, apparently it was after we'd already gone home from work. It was about 4:30 a.m. A car got broken into.
He says this wasn't the first time someone has come onto the property and tried to steal out of cars, so they decided to install a full security system to try and catch the thieves.
Just the presence of seeing them there, I think, has deterred quite a few people.
The new cameras caught this man checking cars to see if any were unlocked. After several attempts, he finally succeeded in finding an unlocked car.
I was here that night and came back to my car, and a bunch of stuff was missing: my iPad, the case, all my cords, about $20 worth of change.
Kristen Clemens says finding out someone had ransacked through her car was scary, but she says it was mainly frustrating.
I had a lot of work information on my iPad that was gone, so.
Smith says this doesn't happen often, but he wants to make sure his customers feel comfortable. He is hoping this time the security footage will lead to an arrest. In Richmond, Sabir Rayford, WKYT.
Now, so far, Richmond police have not made any arrests in that. They say some recent thefts from cars outside the Olive Garden restaurant in the Richmond Center could also be connected. Lexington police are looking for a woman who they say has been passing counterfeit money. They say the woman seen in these surveillance pictures used fake $5, $10, and $20 bills at Meijer and Walmart stores around Lexington. Police say she later returned the merchandise that she had bought with the fake money to exchange it for real cash.
Well, tonight is the night. Tickets for Big Blue Madness will finally be handed out, but hundreds of fans have been camped outside Memorial Coliseum since Wednesday morning, some before that, waiting for that moment. Last night, they received a treat from the UK basketball team. WKYT's Monique Blair has the story.
Coach Cal may have said it best tonight as he got on stage and spoke to the eager campers.
Our fans, Big Blue Nation, is what separates us from everybody else.
And although Coach Cal said he couldn't believe the campers were still in good spirits after getting soaked by the rain Wednesday, he said he couldn't blame them.
When I was growing up, I would have been right there with you. My dad would have made me camp out to get those tickets.
The Big Blue Nation fans here tonight just full of energy to have this unique experience.
I got Cal's autograph, and I like it because he did it in blue, and so because it needs to be different than all the players.
Now, there is no doubt fans were excited to hear from Coach Cal and to hear what he had to say about the upcoming season. But there is possibly a chance fans out here were just a little bit more excited for when the players came out and mingled with the crowd.
You get my hat right here underneath too? Yeah.
This moment, some say, is the most exciting part of the entire nearly week-long camping excursion.
No other program lets you mingle with the players and interact with them like they do here.
The moment fans got their first up-close look at the freshman players.
I say cheese!
And the moment they got to see some of the already well-known fan favorites.
Hey, I didn't want your autograph. I'll sign.
Memories were made for many that will last a lifetime. In Lexington, Monique Blair, WKYT.
Coach Cal told the campers that for the first time ever, all the players were in Lexington for the summer, so they were able to get a chance to know one another better. Madness tickets will be handed out tonight at 10 p.m., and they definitely earned it this year because it's been a little bit rainy, drizzly every day.
Well, it's fun, and those pictures, they'll hang on to those, you never know. Sure. You might be there with an NBA player, or the NBA player might be with somebody, too, the young kids,
that's true.
Right? All right, WKYT this morning is just getting started. Great to have you with us here on this Friday.
Still to come, a new food-saving app is being developed to help stop food waste. Find out the details right after Micah's forecast.
Still have that system right over us, and we're going to be looking for still another chance of showers and also another chance of staying very chilly. We'll show you those numbers in that forecast coming up.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
It is a little bit chilly this morning, and once again we're in the upper 40s, lower 50s, some in the mid 50s too, but it's just those clouds overhead. They're just not they're not helping us at all as we go through the day. There were some locations in eastern Kentucky yesterday that did not get out of the 50s. I mean, that was pretty chilly. 46 now in Somerset. Down south, this is where we're actually seeing a bit of clearing of the skies, and that may develop some fog. You got to watch out for that. It's 55 degrees right now in Lexington. Go off into Garrett County, work your way into Jessamine County, Woodford County. All looks well early this morning, sitting there in the low to mid 50s. Now we get into your afternoon, and we'll see the rain chance with us. That system is still over us. Look at the spin as you see that going right through there. That's actually where the actual center is located. And so what we're going to be seeing as we go through the day, chances of rain, but just like yesterday, not everybody will see the rain. Yesterday, not many actually saw the rain. Eastern Kentucky, most of us actually picked up some rain, far eastern Kentucky and northern zones. Now, as we went off into the night, central zones, I woke up this morning, my driveway was pretty wet and also on my car, so I know I got some rain late last night, but still some showers left over across 71. It's going to be a pretty wet go at it there at Newcastle, really just north of you guys, across 71 and northern portions of Henry County. But there is the look. It just keeps spinning. Like I was saying, when you're underneath the middle of these systems, you don't get a lot of rain. Now, it's all around you, and you'll have the chances of rain, but you don't get a lot. Just like I was talking about yesterday, it's going to be the same chance for today as staying where most of us stay dry. I would say about 60% of us stay dry. The other 40% will still have that rain chance heading off into the afternoon. Evening, there's a stray chance with a shower possible. But remember, this is not a good chance of rain later on today, off into your evening hours. So all in all, it's just not a bad day. I know it's going to be cooler. You'll have the clouds overhead. It's not going to look great. And then on Saturday, we're holding on pretty much the same story. So today and tomorrow, 40% chances of rain. Then Sunday, you can see through next week. Looks really nice. Very, very nice. We'll
All
take
right,
it.
we'll get on a roll here.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, thank you, Micah. 4:45 the time, and every year millions of pounds of food is thrown in the trash. A lot of that waste comes from restaurants.
Isn't that awful? To help fight this problem, a new app is offering British customers a discount to buy food before it goes in the garbage. Riley Carlson has the story.
2 salads over here, sweet corn salads.
At closing time in this London restaurant, there are always leftovers.
A bunch of lettuce, which we use for our skewers, that is all going to go to waste.
But owner Tarek Yaffe found a way to save the extra food while saving customers some cash.
I'm trying to fight food waste every day.
That's where the new app Too Good To Go comes in. Near the end of the day, restaurants post leftover meals online at a deep discount.
Really placing the value back onto food as something that should be eaten and not thrown away.
When customers come in here to order, they do have a choice. It might not always be the full menu, but what hasn't been sold yet on the day.
1 lamb, and what side?
These diners took away a skewer and a side for less than $4. That's more than 50% off.
I just saw it on social media. It looked quite interesting. I thought it was a great idea.
Customers can also donate an extra pound, about $1.30, through the app. That extra cash goes toward feeding those less fortunate.
It's about saving the planet. It's about helping fellow man. It's about just, being a better citizen.
Yaffe says more users will keep more food from being thrown out and will help boost profits a bit too. Riley Carlson for CBS News, London.
The founders are already eyeing a launch in the United States within the next few months. It's already up and running in Denmark, France, the UK, and Switzerland.
Seems to be a growing trend, doesn't it?
Well, it's good because I worked in restaurants forever, and it's like sinful when you throw away all that food. You can't help but feel bad about it.
And some give to a homeless shelter and so forth, but we'll see where this goes. Our time is 4:47 this morning on WKYT, and it's good to have you with us bright and early.
Still to come, a new state audit claims the Kentucky Department of Criminal Justice Training did not spend money appropriately. But what did they do wrong? That's coming up on WKYT this morning.
Good morning. It's 4:50 now, 10 till 5 on WKYT. We're glad you're up and at it. For whatever reason you're up so early, we're glad you're here. Right? A state audit claims that there were problems with how the Kentucky Department of Criminal Justice Training spent money and hired people.
The Secretary of the Kentucky Justice Cabinet requested the audit, which covers the last 10 years of operations at the department. In the audit, investigators say they found evidence of excessive and unnecessary spending for items like engraved mint julep cups, watches, and catered food. food. The audit also claims the department used contracts with Eastern Kentucky University that allowed it to get around state employment laws, including hiring family members.
So we requested this audit, as you know, back in April because we had found too many signs that the previous administration had not lived up to those standards.
The state auditor says the report will be referred to the Executive Branch Ethics Commission, which will decide if the investigation needs to move forward.
State leaders say they plan to keep a close eye on a Lexington daycare following an investigation. The Cabinet for Health and Family Services claims the investigation found multiple violations at New Creation Childcare on Industry Road. Investigators claim two men played a game with children at the daycare where the only way the children could get yogurt would be to let the men hit them with a stick. Police later cited daycare employee Jamar Hall with assault. We have learned that he has since lost his job. Investigators also claim there were too many children in one classroom with only one staff member present. And they say the daycare's front window was shattered after one child knocked another into the window. The daycare did not want to comment.
Danville police are asking for your help finding a missing woman. They say 22-year-old Desiree Sparks disappeared on Tuesday. They say between 3 and 4 that afternoon, she was seen leaving the area of Citation Drive in Danville. Police think Sparks was with a man who was possibly driving a dark-colored SUV. Police in Campbell County have arrested a man in connection to a crash that killed a middle school student. Police charged 45-year-old Mark Rackford with leaving the scene of an accident and failure to render aid. They say Tuesday morning his truck hit a boy riding a bike on Alexandria Pike. The boy later died from his injuries. Police say he was heading to school at the time of the crash.
A man accused of abandoning dozens of horses at a Mercer County farm has changed his plea. Charles Burrell entered an offered plea to 9 counts of animal cruelty. That plea means that he does not admit to the crime, but acknowledges there is enough evidence to convict him. Burrell's attorney says his client does not feel he is responsible for the horses not receiving proper care.
I don't want to name names of people that he had relied upon and paid to take care of the horses who then double-crossed him.
As part of his deal, Burrell will serve 2 years probation. During that time, he will not be allowed to have any animals in Kentucky. Burrell's daughter, horse trainer Maria Burrell, also faces animal cruelty charges, but police say she has avoided arrest by staying out of Kentucky.
A major bridge over the Ohio River in Louisville will reopen to traffic next month. Over the last 9 months, the Kennedy Bridge has been closed for nearly $22 million worth of extensive improvements. Kentucky and Indiana leaders have announced the bridge will reopen on October 10th. It will carry southbound traffic of I-65. The improvements are expected to add 35 years to life of the bridge.
And it has been an issue over there where people have had to meander through downtown
Sure.
and all of that. So
I'm sure they're looking forward to
that'll be
October 10th.
Good improvement there in Louisville. All right, coming up next, we'll have a look at some of the stories we're working on for you right now.
And we'll have another look at your morning forecast coming right up.
Welcome back in and good morning to you on WKYT this morning. It's coming up on 4:57.
And it's Friday.
It is
something
that.
to celebrate. All right.
That's a good part.
It is, always. Now it's time to take a look at some of the stories we're still working on for you this morning.
Shimon Peres's death has left the entire world mourning his loss this morning. His funeral is featuring some of the world's top leaders, including President Obama as the keynote speaker. We'll give you live updates on the funeral, which is going on now, and it will be progressing throughout the morning here on WKYT.
And it is a chilly start to the morning. Some more chances of showers out there.
That's been the case, and will continue into the weekend, and then it gets better.
That's right.
Let's check in with Micah.
Yeah, and that's the way it's going to go. I mean, we start off with a cool start. We do have a couple of sprinkles, northern zones, and back toward the east. But that's about it. The look you see right now is basically the look that we're going to have much of your day. It's a smaller chance of rain today. Frankfort, you can see some of those roads are pretty wet from some of the rain overnight, so heads up for that. But we'll talk about this weekend forecast and show you when the rain moves on out. Coming up, another 2 hours of WKYT News.